Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the CDL podcast channel. In this episode today, we're going over the full weekend of matches, gonna update our power rankings, haven't done that in a while, and then gonna make our picks for next week. If you guys enjoy this one, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platforms, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. Got an absolutely packed slate of matches to go over. We're at stage 2 where everybody's playing everybody, so there's a lot of matches every single weekend. We're just gonna jump right into it. We kick it off with OpTic versus Boston. Everybody's surprised 3-0 for the side of OpTic. Kind of
Very,
saw
very
this one.
shocked over here.
Kind of saw this one coming. I mean, like it has been for a lot of this year. Nasty, the only one positive on the side of Boston. I guess maybe give Snoopy his flowers. He's overall not been too bad this year, but Nasty, kind of the standout player for Boston, as we've seen basically all year, him and Snoopy. Good to see OpTic stay on track after getting a heartbreaking second place, and they looked rough online before the major. So good to see them, bounce back online. We'll talk about their later match where they had a nice bounce back as well on the weekend. But
Love that.
we have so many matches to go over. I don't have too much to say in this one. I'll let you guys go. OpTic's just a better team than Boston, and showed again. Like, this is the story of Boston.
Yeah.
So literally, like every time, it just feels the same. It just feels like it's the same stuff every time they play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same Boston over and over.
It's like their teamwork, their comms.
Yeah.
They sound solid in the comms. Like, they have good teamwork, and they're just like, they just can't beat teams like OpTic that are just better than them on a consistent basis.
Yeah. And they're not gonna do anything to change stuff about it.
But remember last week we talked about it? They thought about it. That was progress. They thought about it.
That's right. They did have a little thought back in their head of it.
And
they did end up winning later in the weekend, so that probably will make them last an extra month. Next match.
I'd say a couple months.
Yeah. This next match, though, a lot more to talk about here. We had Koi versus Ravens.
Man.
Ravens obviously coming off a very, very, very bad. Oh my god, I just realized in the bottom I think didn't update. Week 2 predictions. Let's see. For some reason that text just didn't save. I'm changing it. Yeah, this match just insane. That Koi continues to struggle like this. Like, I guess it's not completely shocking because they have looked bad, so I guess we should have known maybe that they could struggle, but I kind of thought, coming out of the major where Carolina just looked brutal, like they looked like the worst team in the league in their matches on LAN. I didn't know if that would translate back into online, like I didn't know if they would actually be able to bounce back into that form or if they would just be completely chalked. And they bounced back well. They beat this Koi team 3-0. The role swap seemed to work for Kleenex. He had a very nice series. Looked like himself again, but overall, Real role swap did not seem to help him, and they just continue to lose it. Obviously, we now know later on in the weekend they lose another match, and I don't know, the story for me again, Carolina, I just don't have much to say about this team until I see them do something on LAN. Nero had a tweak series. Craze is really, really good. I think Lurks is really good. I'm still iffy on Exceed. I really like Craze and Lurks. I don't think that's going to change this whole year. Still really think they're really, really good. But again, my official overall opinion on Ravens, it's going to be hard to change it until I see them do something on LAN. That really bad LAN performance is going to sit with me for a while. It's going to be hard to get over that. I think the story of the series is Koi. What is going on?
They're just falling apart.
Yeah, they're falling apart at the seams. And again, the 4 names in the roster looks good. It looks good when I look at it.
But it does.
It is. What is it? What'd you say it is, Brock? 7 in a row they've lost?
Yeah, 7 series in a row, that's just crazy to think about.
I don't care how these people are at this game. A team with these names on it should not be losing 7 series in a row. It's like OpTic last year when they were losing all their series in a row. I don't care the players being swapped in and out, whether it was Kenny in and then, Fred was out and Huke was in and then Skies was in, whoever was in. I don't care who it was. The combination of names should not be losing that many maps or that many games in a row. OpTic last year, this combination of players should not be losing this many games in a row. Just should not be happening.
Yeah. I will say, Toronto needs to figure it out quick because otherwise they're not gonna go to Major 2, lose out on more points potentially.
I was about to say that's crazy, but it really isn't. For what I was about to say that might be taking it too far, but you're not wrong. Remember we looked at their schedule early on, and like obviously I know nobody has a harder schedule than anybody else because they're all playing every team. But like their beginning of their schedule, remember we were going through it. They just like play all the top teams. They're like they don't play any of the bottom teams until right at the end. Like
Right.
you could look at that as a positive for them in a way where it's like, oh my god, if they have to rip off a few wins at the end to make it in, it's going to be easier because they do play. Like they end their split with Cloud9, Vancouver, and then OpTic. So obviously the OpTic one tough, but they have Cloud9 and Vancouver, 2 of their last 3 matches, and even Boston before that. So they end with 3 of the bottom teams, 3 of the last 4 matches. But again, like Carolina was probably one of their easier matches just because of how they looked in the major. I mean, this coming weekend, they have Thieves and G2. Those are not.
Yeah, that's a loss.
I mean, that's probably
Yeah,
Needs
that's
to figure it
tough.
out.
right now. They're definitely the underdog in both those matchups.
Yeah.
And then the following weekend, they have Miami and Gentlemates. Probably the underdog in both of those right now too.
Yeah.
And then they have
They didn't get some
Real.
wins at the board house.
Yeah, like
Yeah, it could be tough for them. They could,
yeah,
man.
you need to finish top 10 to make it obviously into at least like the play-in stage of the major. I think
Mhm.
Cloud9's probably going to be one of the 2 teams out. And then I don't even know who the candidates really are. Like Vancouver's got to be one of them. Boston just got a win on the board, but they're probably one of them. I can't really see anybody else besides like Vancouver or Boston. Not even Boston. I think it's probably Vancouver. You're probably battling against Vancouver. Not
Yeah.
to get to like 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I think Vancouver and C9 are pretty much guaranteed to be in the bottom 3. And somebody else is
Yeah,
trying to
agreed.
like probably fight Vancouver for the 10 spot, you know?
Mhm.
But I don't know, man. This Toronto team, I think a change has to happen. And Brad, we were talking about the whole like I want them to, make a move off Real so we can get Kenny in there. And you were like, oh, then Real can go back to Miami. I'm gonna switch over to the next series where Miami played. I don't even know at this point if Miami would want him with everything that happened and Trakes is coming into his own. I don't know that would be a positive move for Miami at this point.
I don't think it would be.
No.
I mean, Trakes really is looking good now, and Metals is kind of like your do it all, get dirty work kind of thing. Like at this point, like Real looks terrible. He like who would he replace? Because I mean, ideally you'd probably replace Drakes or Metals, obviously. But like Metals, he does your dirty work, so like you can't really move off him because we know Real. I think we talked about it early on. Real has like that, what was selfish play style, like we were talking about a while back. And then Drakes, he looks better than Real. So like, I don't know. Would Real like just float? Would he go play challengers? Like, I can't imagine Miami picks him up.
Oh, Miami definitely would not. If they continue to look like this, there's no way they're picking him up. I have the Miami match on the screen against FaZe now.
Yeah.
No, Miami would never. I mean, right now the way Real looks, no, there's no chance they pick him up. I mean, a few weeks ago it was like Trakes, still he wasn't looking bad. Like Trakes has never looked bad this year. He just hasn't looked like early on like he was so hyped up to be like the next big thing for them, and like he was the Real replacement. Now, obviously, we know Real the last couple of years of Miami has put up really big numbers. He's been like one of their star players. It's like been him and Rencor have been like their star players. Rencor for the AR side of it, and him for the sub side of it, but he had one bad series really, or like a couple bad series on land. So we were like, hey, it's still Real, but like he just overall, it just hasn't been a good look for him on either role. It's like he doesn't fit well in his team or something. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I mean, Super and Rencor obviously safe on this team. I don't think they would ever move off Super, but Trakes is looking really good. Like they 3-0 FaZe in this match that you see here on the screen. Like one of the first teams to really shut down Simp this year. I mean, Simp, 0-4, and Draza all in the 0.7 range. We'll talk about FaZe in a second, but Brad, they didn't shut down Abuza, 1.07. I think
He's just so icy. He's so good, bro.
I think for the side of
Super's
Miami,
better.
Miami is really like they seem to be coming into their own. Obviously, a win against FaZe. FaZe is one of our top teams. It's a good thing. I saw a lot of people being like, Miami looks really good, but Metals is still like he's still just like not incredible at the game, and a lot of people are saying Eric Boom is absolutely frying in challengers. So my thought for you, Brad, is what do you think? Obviously, Eric Boom, his first stint in the league did not go well, was not very good
Right.
in
No
MW3.
bueno.
So people are kind of saying like, do you make a change, even though you 3-0'd, like played really well in this match? Do you make a change and go with Eric Boomman for medals? I have my opinion. I want to hear. You're the Miami fan. I want to hear your thought on it. I have a pretty strong opinion on what I think they should do, but I don't know.
See if I'm curious what you think because I would say no, or at least not yet. I mean, obviously you just took down one of the best teams in the game right now. You 3-0'd them. Obviously, the team's coming along really, really well. Obviously, you started off slow, and now they're picking it up. They're looking really good. The teamwork is there. I just think like as far as like medals, like sure he's not gonna be dropping like he's probably gonna be like a 0.95 at best is like where you'd want him. Is that's where I'd be okay with that if he drops a 0.95 because he's gonna do that dirty work as I was saying earlier, and it's just like I kind of feel like am I crazy for saying medals kind of feels like the glue guy?
I mean, I think he definitely is because he plays that role that's like he's going to do a lot of the dirty work. Like Brencor's there to get kills
Yeah.
and be your star. Super. I mean, he's a main AR. We know his impact on the game. And Trakes is trying to be more of that fast paced Slayer. Like if Miami's system works perfectly, like Trakes is like their kind of roaming Slayer sub, and Metals is more like the entry dirty work guy. Like if their system is working, how they want it to work. I agree. I don't think they should make a change like right now. I know they lost later in the weekend to Gentlemen. I was just showing that on the screen a little bit. And Metals again didn't have like a bad series. That he was in that 0.9 something range. On the year, he's at a 0.94. I felt like early on, Metals was really good. He's kind of tailed off a little bit. I remember early on in the year, he was like,
pissing on kids early.
yeah, he was good, and he still is. Like he's a solid player. He's been around forever, dude. Like
Mhm.
he was playing
He
like
has been.
he was playing like he's like the only OG like when Heretics came in. He's like their only
Heretics?
OG member left because like.
Yeah.
I was seeing clips of them playing in World War II. I kind of forgot they were in like a lot of tournaments of World War II as well. And then BO4 and like Metals has been around since. So like BO4 doesn't seem like that long ago still in my head, but it was 7 years ago. Like so
It is very long.
yeah, it's 7 years ago. Like Metals has been around, and I mean we all know like 7-8 years in terms of like a COD career. That's a long time. Like we don't see a lot of players stay on at the top for 7 to 8 years. It's like the elite of the elite stay around for that long. I would say like you got to keep your eye on Eric Boom. I mean, I don't think anybody else is going to pick him up apart from the Heretics. He is playing really well in Challenger, so maybe somebody does. I would just say like I'm always for like the ceiling play. I'm always for going for your ceiling. I guess like if you're Miami, you got to look at your team and like I know it seems like it'd be crazy to make a change. You just 3-0 phase. You had a competitive series against Gentlemates. Like seems like it'd be crazy to make a change, but if Eric Boom is down in challenge, I've seen a lot of people saying he's frying. He's so good in challengers. Like he's as good as people are saying he is. It might be worth the flyer because I guess if you're Miami and you're looking at them right now and you're like, can they win an event this year? I would say no. I think they're a good team.
Probably not.
I think they're a good team. I think they're competitive. I don't think they can win an event. Like, I think even you would agree, Brad. Everything would have to go literally perfect for them to win an event.
Everything would have, like a super and Rancor need to have their tweak series.
And I'm not saying they're a bad team. I think they can make Sundays. Like,
oh yeah,
I think they can get a fourth. I think they could sneak a third. I find it hard to believe they can make it to a final right now. I don't know if they could put that together, but I think like they're a good team and like they're gonna with this roster they're gonna make champs. They have a chance to make it into the top 4 at champs. Like they have a chance to be a really good team all year. They can be pretty consistent top 5, top 6, like always in the mix for beating anybody. But I think their ceiling's limited. And if Eric Boom is a true star down in challengers now, he's had a little time to develop. Again, it sounds weird to be saying this. We're looking at them after they just 3-0'd phase. But I don't know, man. Like if Eric Boom has superstar potential, like you need to inject that into this roster. Not even superstar. He can be like a more consistent Slayer for them to just like raise their ceiling against the top teams and respawn.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah.
Now, if they do pick up Eric Boom, can Miami move Metals to the bench, or would he just have to be
as long as they want to pay him?
Oh,
Because I would
Should
assume
they do something?
I would assume as long as like I would assume that they're going to keep him on contract because like I also don't think they're going to run a risk of like I don't think anybody's going to pick him up if they were to cut him. I don't think people are going to be
Yeah.
lining up to pick up medals. I know I don't, or at least I'm 99% sure he speaks fluent English, so he could be picked up by anybody.
Mhm.
But I don't think like I'm not saying he's a bad player, but I just don't think he'll be picked up immediately if he were to
Right.
be cut. But Miami seems to be able to like switch people back and forth off the bench. Like they've had a lot of players on the bench in the past. So I don't know. I think they would just move him to the bench. And I'm not saying they need to do this right away. Maybe reevaluate halfway through the stage. If you're absolutely frying, sure, go with it. But if you're just like 3-3 and you look really solid some matches, you lose close ones, like think about it. Like, what is your ceiling? And I mean, on the side of FaZe, boys, 0-4. Struggles continue,
He
man.
is generational.
Too many honey buns.
The
Hey, not nice.
He was getting memed on Twitter too. You see that he got a lineup and he had like the
Yeah.
like the paint on his hairline, like it was like painted on, and he was getting like it was like it
Yeah.
got
Like that's that was.
it got like past COD Twitter. People like on Twitter, like outside of COD Twitter, were just roasting him. I felt bad for him. He had a tough series. He's had a bad couple series in a row, and then everybody on Twitter outside the COD community found that, and they were memeing him with like the Carlos
getting
Boozer
flamed.
picture. I was like, man, leave my guy
Oh,
alone. I
God.
like 0-4 a lot. 0-4 is funny. I love 0-4. He's one of my favorite players, and I do think he's really good. He's just in a bad funk right now.
Yeah.
I also feel really bad for him because like there's like the oh my god, FaZe, they picked the sub from that Surge team. You know, they were getting the duo from that Surge team and they picked right with Abuza over Nasty, even though Nasty's playing really well. And everybody's like, they let Neptune go, and Neptune, I mean, you can make an argument is the best player in the game right now. And they picked up 0-4, and I just feel bad because his struggles are magnified because of the fact that like the other person they probably could have picked up from his team is like the best player in the game right now. So people are like, oh my god, imagine if they had Neptune right now. I feel bad for him. I like 0-4 a lot. I think he's a really good player. I think he's just struggling right now. Like,
Yeah.
I
He'll get out of the
think
struggles.
I think if he doesn't pick it up, there's like a world where like I could see them making a change. The problem is they signed a Luca. I don't know what his visa situation is like. I don't know if they've gotten like his work visa and everything done where he could play in a match. The other problem is they say he's more of a flex, so that doesn't obviously really fit with 0-4 unless I don't know if a Luca can run a full-time sub. But also like if they were to drop 0-4 like completely into free agency, like that's a pretty if I'm a team that doesn't have a big budget,
Someone's
like
picking him up.
that's a team like I mean, I'll tell you, if I'm Boston, I'm all over that. Buy low.
Yeah.
He's played with Nasty before. I'm dropping Purge for 0-4. Like I'm buying low. Like if I'm a cheap team in 0-4, like a player like 0-4 hits the market, I'm buying low all day on a player like that, trying to acquire him for cheap.
D9?
Nope. They'll reach out. They'll say no.
Falcons?
Yeah, true.
They just won't drop X-Men.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
X-Men actually, he's not bad, but they just won't drop him. I think Boston makes sense though. Nasty played with him last year. Like they had a lot of success together.
Yeah, but are they
need to
gonna pay
sell.
him?
I don't think that he would take that much to pick up. Like he's a free agent. I just don't know how many suitors does he really have realistically. Like looking at the teams, Thieves aren't picking him up. OpTic's not. Gentlemates isn't. G2 is not. Miami isn't. Carolina isn't. FaZe is who he's getting dropped from. Boston's
C9
good.
is not.
I doubt Vancouver is paying again. C9's not. Falcons aren't. And Koi, I don't think is because they have Joe and Kleenex in their subs. And
Yeah.
Kleenex doesn't want to go back to a flex, and Joe doesn't want to go back to a flex. So realistically, like his only options are probably Boston, Vancouver, and C9. And who's he choosing out of those three teams? Definitely Boston.
Boston.
Like, I don't think any of those teams are making changes to pick him up. But again, like if I'm Boston and 0-4 hits the market, I don't care that he's playing bad right now. Like he is a much higher ceiling than Purge. Like
Yeah.
0-4 can have
to
like takeover
Vegas.
maps.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but then who would FaZe even replace him with? Because like I mean, obviously, like you said, a Luca, but like 0-4 is he's the fast pace entry sub. I mean, you don't want. I mean, I'm sure Sim could do it, but like that's not his play style. So like, who would they like scoop up to fit that role?
Yeah, I'm not trying to think if there's somebody on Huntsman. Just like Kips, I guess he's more of an AR. I think he's a flex. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of who the top subs would be. Like a Capsidal. I don't think that FaZe would be interested in him though. I'm not sure. I would have to like more look into who the top subs are on the market. Kenny, Paramatraza,
Subsidies.
Kenny on FaZe, Paramatraza. I could cheer for Abuza, Simp. Oh my god,
Jazz.
I'm a free agent right now. I don't even know who I want to cheer for. I kind of like G2.
Wait, I know it. They're
Vamos.
dropping 04. They're getting Kenny as a sub. He's been a sub.
Can you imagine the community if they did that? Oh my god,
They would lose full composure.
that would be so funny. I would love that just for the
Hey,
memes.
he's done it before.
To be honest though,
Long
Brad,
time
like
ago.
on a serious note, I don't know who they would pick up because I don't think there's like a obvious sub that's been dropped this year that would be like the shoe in. And I don't think
Yeah.
that I think that they're in just a tough situation because I think that they thought they'd be dropping Draza if they made a move, so that's why they have a Luca, and now they're like, well, I mean, Draza didn't have a good series here, but like Draza was good at the major, like really good, and 04 was
Yeah.
really bad at the major. So I think they're like, shit, like we picked up a flex player, and really our sub is the one that's really struggling now. And again, I'm not out on 04 or this team. I still think that he can bounce back and be really good. I'm not out on him at all. I think 04 is a really good
No,
player.
I'm
And
not.
also,
Yeah.
04's playstyle, it's people don't want, like, especially FaZe fans, they don't want to admit it because BZ just like basically never had bad stretches on FaZe, but like
Yeah.
the playstyle that 04 has, like, you're setting yourself up to have some bad stretches.
Mhm.
Like, you're playing so fast, going in first, like doing all this stuff that like you're bound to have some bad stretches like that playing that playstyle, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, he's gonna
Yeah.
go 30 and 30 sometimes. It's not gonna be pretty, but
Yeah.
might win the game.
Yeah.
I'm also not out on this FaZe team because I mean they did just get 3-0'd by the best team in the world.
All
So
right.
you know.
Next match, Gentlemates,
All right.
Falcons. So this map start. I'm pulling up the map one, the little like point by point thing. So this match started, and here it is. Like here's the peak of it. It was 108 to 21. It was 84 to 2. Gentlemates at one point, and this map started out. It's like, yeah, okay, Gentlemates are gonna roll them, and then Falcons came storming back, and they win the map. And I was like, okay, like Exodus dropped 40. Falcons had a great comeback. Like they're about to win the series, and then they didn't win another map. It was just a really weird series. They got 100 point clubbed in the map 4, just dominated on that scar. It was like series started out, and it's like, yeah, Gentlemates is dominating like we figured. And then Falcons roar back, and it's like, okay, I guess never mind. I was wrong. And then I was like, oh wait, no, it was right. Like Gentlemates just they ripped off an easy search and easy hard point, a little bit closer on the overload, but they ripped off some pretty easy maps. Ghosty had a really nice series. Neptune per usual. Sib had a little bit of a stinker overall numbers wise, but Sib has in the second series he was shooting on the weekend for them. I don't have a lot. We spent a lot of time in the last series. I'm kind of good to move on from this series. It was Gentlemates are, they're the best team until proven otherwise, given that they just won this last major. And on the side of Falcons, like it's kind of same old Falcons. Like they play a top team. They look competitive, but they're just not on the level to, beat these top teams yet.
I'll say, both their matches this weekend, it kind of was the same thing.
Yeah.
For game ones, win the game one and then lose 3 straight afterwards.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they got to do to fix that, but yeah.
Yeah, it was not the best showing from them apart from that map one. Next series, OpTic reverse sweep G2 in a crazy match that goes game 5, round 11. A reverse sweep comes through for the side of OpTic. Huke really turned this series on its head in the map 3. He goes 36 and 22 on the overload. Just fries them, and he turns the series on its head. It was nice to see that out of Huke because I don't know. I feel like overall this year I haven't seen as many like Huke hasn't been bad by any means, but I feel like we just haven't seen as many like takeover moments from Huke. Like
any nuke moments.
Yeah, basically. I mean, he's like, what does he have in the year overall? He's at a 0.96, which again, like with the role he's playing is not bad. Like he's playing more of an entry role and like, but he has not. Huke always has takeover moments, like.
Yeah.
He has moments where like he's just a supernaturally talented player where he just has crazy 3 pieces takeover moments, and like he just hasn't had that as much this year. So it was nice to see him have a map where like they needed it. He stepped up. Usually it's been Merc, and Huke just like stepped up. Huke and shottzyy both overall a lot this year. Besides that, the LAN like haven't had the best online split. in stage 1, and it was nice to see Huke step up. They obviously close out the reverse sweep on the side of Minnesota. It's just the ARs, especially in the back half of this series, pretty consistently, down there. Like the map 1, they were fine that they won. The map 2, they're fine. And then you kind of see the transition here into the map 3. They both struggled. Into the map 4, they were not nearly as good. And it's like had 100+ kills for both the subs. The sub duo for G2 continues to be really, really good. I still think Mamba's really good. Skies is just he's good and the team is good. I just don't know. Is he consistent enough to make this team like consistently what we've seen them? Again, I'm not calling for a roster change. This Minnesota team is really competitive and really good right now. Like, I'm not calling for a roster change, but it seems like they're just like, it's a little bit of lack of consistency. And that's what's taking them from being like a potential top 4 team. They got top 4 at the major, but it's taking them from being like a potential top 4 team to being more of like the top 6 team. You know what I mean? Just the consistency. Like you gotta close an OpTic when you're up 2-0.
Yeah, that's true. But like also like I don't know. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was not a fan of the Skies play here, like in the beginning of the year, like before the year even started. But like I don't know, I just feel like Skies, like especially we saw it on LAN, like he looked good. And I feel like he plays a bigger role than just like the AR on the team. Like I feel like he really helps with like I don't know, I feel like he's kind of the brain. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if like I don't know how to say this. Like I don't know if anybody you can pick up would just be better than Skies at this point. Oh, maybe Kenny, but I don't know. We'll see. Even then, Skies is playing better than what Kenny was playing. But then again, that Thieves team was just chalked anyway. So who really knows? But I don't know. I don't mind Skies here. I do agree with you. Consistency would be nice, especially when you're 2-0 up against the champs. But I don't know. I think Skies is fine. I think he'll figure it out or continue to be better, get better.
I agree. I liked the Skies pickup. Like I didn't love it, but I didn't think it was a bad pickup. Like people were roasting that pickup at the start of the year, and I was like, I don't know. I see the vision. Like you have a young AR and Mamba. Skies kind of takes him under his wing, and you've got Crep and Estriel, who you're kind of buying low on, but they are decently high potential subs for probably what they paid for them. Yeah. I think it was funny you were saying. I was actually looking over at the stats. I was trying to see Sky's stats, and you're talking about like he's playing better than Kenny. Their stats are literally identical this year. It's kind of funny. They both have They both have a .92. Kenny has a slightly higher Slayer rating, and their non-traded kill percentage is 27.6 for Skies, 27.4 for Kenny. They're like the exact same player this year.
That's actually crazy.
Skies is of course smarter. He's got the intangibles, whereas Kenny doesn't, though, right?
I was going to say Brad.
What were you gonna say, Brock?
I would say to Brad's. He said maybe Kenny goes back to the GU. I don't think Kenny wants to go back to Minnesota after all those game 5s last year that they lost.
He's got PTSD. I don't know. Skies is like the situation with this team overall is it just they feel a little bit like Miami to me, where it's like they're really good. Like they're gonna be in the mix all year to be like a top 6 team, and like I think they're solid, but again, it's like if a roster change comes available that you think has a lot of potential, like, do you go for it? Because I can't see this team winning an event still. And I don't know. It's the tough battle always of like, if your team is like they got 4th at the major, if they get 4th at the next major, and they're just constantly like making it to Sunday, it's like if there's not a surefire pickup out there, is it worth it to make a change? And all of a sudden you're potentially getting top 8s now, and you're not even making it close to Sunday. Even if you don't have a chance to win, or like, do you just want to keep trying to, make it to being a team in losers bracket on Sunday and hope you get hot and make one run and win? Like, I get both sides of it. I get wanting to take a chance and like raise your ceiling, but I also get if you're like, hey, we got 4th at the last major. Like, what can we do to keep going? Like, again, I don't think G2 should make a change. I think they should stay the same. But like the thought process is interesting because it's like, what do you think your ceiling is? And like inside the camp, they know better than us what they think their ceiling is. Like, I think this is a team like Miami. Everything would have to really go right for this team to win an event. Like everything would really, really have to bounce in their favor. Like matchup wise, everybody would have to be playing so well. Like, but do you risk becoming a really bad team by making a change, or you just roll out and hope you can have one good run? I think for this team, I'd probably rather go with the latter, but I don't know. Because again, it's just like you gotta really be sure there's somebody out there you can pick up, and I just don't. I don't know what there is. I do really like the core of Estrio Creme Mamba though. I do like that younger core.
Mhm.
Um,
I like Skies on land.
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
other big
Sky
thing
on
too.
land.
Is I like Skies on Land a lot. He's a player I trust.
Yeah.
Boys, I kind of want to skip over this next match. We talked about him already. It's Koi versus FaZe. Koi just
Oh,
they get 3-0 stomp.
sad
FaZe
Koi.
FaZe has a nice bounce back. Again, 0-4. I don't like to see his damage being so much lower than the rest of his team and him being the only one negative. But we'll give him a pass. They won. And he had a good map 1, which is more what I really care about. And he just had kind of a struggle overload, and that dragged his numbers down. But
Mhm.
I don't have anything to say. FaZe, I wasn't worried about them losing the first match too much, just because they still are really good. We got a Charmin ad on the screen. Oh my god. There's just a giant Charmin ad that popped up when I tried to click to the next one.
I have
yeah.
2 things before we move on.
Okay.
First thing is like this 04, like the way, remember how we were like before Major 1 we were seeing like a BZ kind of do like similar things where we see him like have less engagements than the whole team and less damage than everybody else. Like he was like in the bottom half of the league. Like I wonder if it's just like these entry subs are in new places with new teammates. Like obviously it's Major 2 already, but like it's kind of eerily similar, don't you think? With like the 04 and a BZ, like these numbers that they're putting up. Like Major 1 a
because
BZ
like
and this 04?
I think it's different because if you sort by engagements per 10, I just did it for Hardpoint. 04 is
Yeah.
5th in the league. He has a lot of engagements.
Oh.
He's below Kremp,
Okay.
Neptune, Mac, and Scrap. He's
That's
5th in the
incorrect.
league. A BZ's still 49th. There's 48 active players in the league. A BZ's 49th.
Okay.
In terms of
Alright.
engagements per 10. So I do think in terms of like pace, I do think it's different.
Mhm.
It still is, even with all this extra sample size of BZ being 49th, it's just still like it's insane to see Super's 52.
Yeah.
Super Insight Slasher 52, 53, 54. And then Focus is 55. Nasty
God.
sitting at 51. Hyde, the high schooler, in 50th. Huke in 44th, also surprising.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
Shottzyy in 36th. I feel like that's pretty surprising too.
Yeah.
Hydra in 30th. These are just slow, I guess. Scrap's just running it down. Scrap and Kenny were just running it down for that team. Dude, Scrap's 4th and Kenny's 19th. They were just running it down for that team. Their subs
No wonder why.
Like
the subs are statuing up in air positions with a sub.
I just I don't understand it, man. But yeah, I do think it's different though, Brad. Just to go back on that point,
Yeah.
I think it's different because 04 I think is playing fast. I just think he's not playing well right now. I just think he's not converting the kills. Like
Gotcha.
Abizi, just the engagements per 10 make no sense. And
Yeah.
speaking of Abizi, next match we have on the screen is Thieves. Thieves versus Vancouver. I don't have a whole lot to touch on. The only reason it's really a talking point is because it's Niam's first series. We got to get a glimpse into what he might look like. I don't think Niam was bad this weekend. I just wasn't, bias aside from what I think about Thieves, I just wasn't all that moved by them this weekend. They went 2-0. It's good to see, but I don't think that they really looked. The second match, you could definitely make an argument that they looked good against Carolina, but like in this series in particular, I didn't think that they looked any different. Like I thought they kind of looked the same. Abizi didn't have his best series. Niam basically was doing what Kenny was doing. Scrap and Hydra fried, and they beat a bad team. And like their teamwork still looked a little bit shaky. Like they had to have a big comeback at the end of that map. I mean, yeah, there was a point they were down 238 to 180 on that Scar. They had to have a big comeback at the end in order to win against a team that they shouldn't really be struggling like that against. And I just didn't think they looked that different. Like, of course, they get the win, but I wasn't I didn't see any improvement to their teamwork with the new change.
No, I agree. I mean, literally, this was just Hydra Scrap just over talenting them.
Oh my god, Scrap!
I mean, just like
that map
they were disgusting.
Yeah, he was killing everything in the map 4.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Bro, what is a BJ doing map 4 with 29 engagements?
Yeah. And look at his hill time. He didn't even lead the team on hill time. Scrap had the most hill time while going 30 and 16.
Hill
That's what
time
I'm
and no
saying.
damage.
Like this team
This is
still,
a fucking.
I just don't understand this team. Like they still don't impress me.
Yeah.
Like again, they're not bad.
All
They're a
right.
good team. They were a good team. I think they
Mhm.
were a pretty good team with Kenny. I think they're a pretty good team with Neum. I like on paper they're still so good, but like I think Chance, Brock's favorite. Brock used to hate Chance. Now he loves him.
I did.
I think Chance on the broadcast kind of said it like he was like praising, like he's like shout out to OBJ players because like he was watching this series and he's just kind of like I don't know, like it just feels like they don't have anybody to do dirty work for him right now. And like they're just when they play teams like Surge, they're just gonna out talent them because this Thieves team is disgusting in terms of talent with Kenny or with Neum.
Yeah.
Either way, like Neum's a very talented player, Kenny's a very talented player. Like either way, with the two of them, like their talent level is off the charts. Like they're gonna be able to out talent most teams.
Yeah.
It's just when they play a team like Gentlemates this year, they begin smoke because Gentlemates has that talent, but also has the teamwork.
Yeah.
I don't know. Surge, I'm whatever. I don't have anything to say about them, but Lunars
All right,
continues to
Abizi,
actually. You know
learn
what?
Spanish.
I'll give a shout out to Lunars. He continues to like when I watch him, I'm like he's shooting a little bit. Like everybody on their team had a bad map 4, but like Lunars when I see him, I'm like okay, he's shooting a little bit. He's bounced back a little bit. But
True. Man,
next match, Brad.
they shouldn't have got rid of their OBJ players.
Yeah, maybe it would just. I don't think they could have kept their teams. I think they were chalked, vibes wise and
Yeah.
stuff.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's not looking like maybe that was the best move in terms of how they're both playing this year. Because obviously, Ghost and Envoy go to win, but I think their team was. I know you're just like trolling, but people online genuinely think that and it's like there's a reason they made the change. Like
Yeah.
Right.
they definitely like they didn't have good vibes at the end of the year after getting 2 very bad placements at Champs and EWC. It's rosters are more than just on paper.
Mhm.
Because if rosters were just on paper, Thieves would be winning everything. OpTic would be winning everything, like to start the year. Toronto would not be losing 8 in a row, 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Right.
Brad, your boys came back down to earth against Gentlemates. Gentlemates get the win. Again, I'm not like overly concerned by what I saw out of Miami in the series. Like they kept it pretty competitive
Mhm.
against the best team in the game right now. Like Rencor played well again. You're a Miami fan, enjoy it what you can. That guy is so gone at the end of the year.
Stop, dude.
Unfortunately.
That guy is so gone.
Yeah,
To
he's going to a
FaZe.
top team.
FaZe,
Dude, if he goes
Thieves.
to FaZe or Thieves, I'm gonna lose it.
I
I'm gonna
think
lose
it's
it.
Booza and Rincon on the same team. Brad's gonna have to
Dude,
like
I
Booza
would.
them.
No,
I think it's
know.
very, very likely he goes to one of the. I mean, like I don't think he's going to OpTic just
Please
because I don't see them dropping Merc or unless Dashy retires.
Drop Merc.
And like in that case, Scrap's a free agent, so if either of them get dropped, OpTic is picking up Scrap so fast.
Yeah.
So I don't think he's going to OpTic, but like I don't think FaZe is going to hold on to Draza if Rencor is a possibility. And unless Thieves win champs, like I don't think they're dead set to hold on to Neum for multiple years. So like Neum seems like one of those midseason pickups that fills in, kind of like Vivid was for Empire back in the day, where he like fills in, but like I don't think he's a long term answer there. Who knows? I could be wrong. Maybe Neum for Thieves, maybe they win champs. Obviously, then he stays. But like I could see it definitely a world where they're like, hey, Hydra, BZ, Scrap, who do you want as your fourth? And they're like, give us Rencor. Because Rencor is disgusting. He's so good. This is Miami's last year with him. There's absolutely no way he stays on this team next year.
You know
So
what?
they pay a lot
We're
of
thinking
money.
too far in the future. I'm starting to get sad.
I think
It
this
is reality,
series,
Brad.
I think we don't have anything else to say about this series. I think this is what it is. Gentlemates are better than Miami. They get the win, but Miami continues to show that they're like a solid team. Like they stay competitive.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think they're gonna keep getting better.
I agree.
I
I
have
think
faith. Vamos.
Miami's going to keep improving as well. I think they're on an upward trajectory. There are teams that are definitely going down. AK the next years we have on here, Falcons kind of trending down a little bit. You know, their first match again, they lost to Gentlemates. Like, okay, Gentlemates are a really good team. Nothing to scoff at there. This series, they're losing to Boston. This is a team that, if Falcons are the team that we hope and want them to be, like they got to be beating teams like Boston.
Gotta be boss.
Nasty had a nice series. Cammy had a nice series overall. Boston. Purge had an improvement on what we've seen. And on the side of Riyadh, Zelium doesn't have his normal series. Pred doesn't really have his normal series either. And they lose 3-1. So a really good bounce back from Boston here. Maybe we're talking about, the top 10 teams only make this tournament. So need a team like Boston to step up. This is a match that I would say they were probably expected to lose. So big win
Yeah.
I would
on the
think so.
board. They had some really big plays. Nasty had the little 1v2 to end the overload on Den in the overtime, which was a huge play to get them the win. And then in the map 4, they closed it out 250 to 217. Nice from Cammy there. We kind of talked
Old
about
work, Cammy.
Yeah, we kind of talked about both these teams, so we can move on to the next one and get to our power rankings. But Boston, a nice win on the board, and Falcons get it together.
Gotta get a win.
Our next series, again, like this series, you saw a little bit more of the vision from the Thieves as to what you hoped when you picked up Neum. They smoked Ravens, but again, I said 3-0 Thieves in my predictions for this match because I just thought, this was just going to be, I think, this is just a mental block now for Ravens. Like, they got just destroyed so hard on land. It's not even the same roster. They made a change. They picked up Neum for Kenny, and they still are just I think Thieves also, these players get up for this match. Because, Scrap is I am never losing to Exceed again. I think that's how they think of it. They were shooting his body during the match. I just
BK.
I think that this is just a scheduled loss for Ravens at this point for the rest of the year. I just think Thieves are giving it everything. This is Champs final to just destroy them. And again, it's just a talent diff. Thieves are just a more talented team. I liked what I saw more from this team on this day, this Thieves team. But again, I want to see it against some really good teams. I said my opinion on Carolina is kind of I'm out on them until they show me something on land. But I want to see them do this against some really good teams, and then I'll be okay, Thieves. I think we all agreed. I think Thieves are going to figure out eventually, regardless of if they make a change or not. So maybe this is the first step in that direction, but I don't know, just a stomping.
Yeah, I want to see them play G2, see how they figure up.
Ooh,
yeah, who does Thieves?
You know what I think needs to happen?
Go ahead, Brett. I'm gonna pull that up while you talk.
I think they need to lock Hydra and a BZ in a room until they figure out how to play with each other.
Yeah.
They just need to lock them in there, just maybe I don't know, get some food or something. They just need a chit chat, They need a chit chat. Maybe watch some VOD. I don't know. They need to figure it out though. Those two.
Thieves get their test a few weeks from now. They play Koi in Boston this coming weekend. So with the way Koi looks right now, and not too much of a test. Then they have a 1-match weekend, but it's against OpTic, so there's a test for you. And then the next weekend, they have a 2-match weekend against FaZe in Miami. So that their next, after this weekend, the next 2 weeks after that, they have a stretch where they play OpTic, FaZe in Miami. So that would be, I would say, the test point for them. They have had a few weeks to mesh as a roster. The next series was the one that I was glued to the TV for, though. I was glued to watch C9, our last series of the weekend. To see how they would look. And to be honest with you, we can go over the series quick. We've been going over the matches for a while. I thought C9 played better than I thought they would. They could have been up in the series 2-1 and probably should have been. The map 1, they were obviously down the whole map you see here, but there was a point here coming into this hill where going into this hill 11, they had full control of it. And they just kind of trolled on the Den P3. They had a chance to really hold it. But they kept the hard point close. Thought everybody was saying Hyde is gonna get destroyed. He didn't have the best map, but Nezra was shooting, and Courage was really shooting. Overall, they didn't look bad. They got destroyed in the search. The search was close. 6-2 is actually like than it actually was. That makes it look closer than it was. They got dominated. They got dominated in the search. And then the overload, they were up 2-1 late in the game. Like, they were up 2-1 very late in the game and had a chance to close that out. So, like, from what I saw from C9, honestly, it wasn't terrible. Like, I expect them to just get destroyed. It wasn't awful, but also I could see teams now starting to figure out, like, their play style, and I could see them just getting kind of dominated. Also, Hyde, I heard, was in high school still. That's insane. He's still, I think they said he was homeschooled, but either way, he's 18 and still in high school. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But honestly, C9 not the worst. Like, they can shoot their guns a little bit, so they're not like complete terrible. But I just think like the organization on the map with all these young players, just they're just gonna get out teamworked and outplayed by so many teams in that aspect.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Power ranking time. We'll rank him like 1 to 12. We're just gonna put him in the S, A, B, C, D tier, and we can reorder them as we go. We'll just put them where we think.
Mhm.
First team, I'm just gonna kind of go in order. I think for the most part, first team that's on this is the Royal Ravens. I think this is obviously a
Mhm.
B or a C tier team. I think right now I want to put them in the top of C. I just
Like
think
it.
like they look fine online, but just the land performance is gonna stick with me like, for a
I'm good with
while.
top C. Yeah.
I think they're because I think they're probably like somewhere around like 9, 10 in the power rankings. I feel like it's got to be top of C. Our next team, the Miami Heretics, I think they're pretty clear cut. We'll see where they go. I think they go in B for
S.
sure. Nope. I think they go in B for sure
B.
though. They're definitely a tier above Carolina. I think.
See,
Yeah.
like in my head, like I'd put them at like 5. They're no longer the line, man.
I'm trying to think. I know. I think 5 is the absolute highest. I would for sure put 4 teams ahead of them. I think I would put.
Yeah.
I think I would have Heretics at 6. I think. We'll see when we get there. I think that I would have them at 6 though. But I could see an argument for 5. Next team on the list is G2. I think that's a team that's ahead of Heretics right now.
I think they're like 3.
No, they're definitely
Or
not.
no, I'm 4. 4. Sorry, 4.
Yeah.
4.
4 I think is. I think they're 4 or 5. I think they stay
think
on B
I-
tier with Heretics though.
Yeah.
I don't think they're A. A to me is like I'm expecting them to win like damn near every series, and S is like Gentlemates.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that not Rocker. I guess technically anymore. I want to call them Rocker forever. They still have the logo, but I think they're B tier above Miami. I'm not ready to go. I don't think they're a whole tier better than Miami. Is what I'm trying to say. I think like they're on the same level as Miami. They're slightly better right now.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Next team is Cloud9.
Holy.
I mean, S tier.
Yeah.
No, they're down. They're number 12 for sure. They're
S.
certainly number 12.
Yeah.
S Brock.
Rev.
Brock was pre-firing the next team. It's Gentlemates. They're an S. They're number 1.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're S. Yeah.
Team is just so good all around.
The next team's interesting, guys. It's the Riyadh Falcons. They're below
See, I feel like
G2 and Miami
they're
for sure.
Yeah.
See,
See, I feel like they're a B team, but like the way they're playing right now, so it's like a current power rank, like they should probably be a C tier team. Like the way they're playing right now.
They're certainly
They
ahead
should
of
probably
Ravens
be
in
in
my
C.
mind. Even though they're 0-2 and Ravens are 1-1, I still think they're ahead of Ravens.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Are they above Ravens in C, or are they at the bottom of B right now, below G2 and Miami?
I'd put them above Ravens and C.
Brock, you agree?
It's a C. Yeah.
Okay. Put them above Ravens. I think even though they're 0-2, I think they're above Ravens. I still like if these two teams were to play on land right now, I'm picking Falcons.
Oh,
Yeah.
Next team is an interesting one. I think they're number 3 in the power rankings. And that is Vegas. FaZe.
Nah.
I think they have to go in A tier. I think they have to go in A tier. They're definitely
No
a tier
way.
above G.
B.
They're definitely take your booze of hate out.
A.
They're definitely A. I know they lost to Miami this weekend, but
hold on,
overall
hold
body of work, they're number 3. They were up 5-2 in losers finals, and if they didn't have a catastrophic choke, they were in the grand finals, and they would have beat Gentlemates.
Yeah. No, you're right. They're top 4. Yeah.
They're 3rd.
Base, yeah.
Okay, Brad. Next year when you beat
Yeah,
the
they're
group,
third.
Abuza and Rancor.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm trying to. I had a mental image of my power.
They're
rankings
definitely in the
before
top
this. I'm
3.
trying
They're
to-
3rd. They're 3rd for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Whatever, man.
OpTic is our next team. They're number 2. It's
They're
just a
number
matter
2,
of
yeah.
do you want to put them on the S tier with Gentlemates, or do you want to throw them on top of the A tier?
S tier.
Yeah.
I think so too, because again, if I look at OpTic right now, I think it's like them and Gentlemates, and then I think it's a gap to the next teams. I don't think they're on the. I think they're a level above FaZe, because again, like OpTic
I
was
agree.
a crazy weird play away from being in a round 11 at the last tournament. Like they're that close with Gentlemates. Like they're right there with Gentlemates. I think OpTic is also in the S tier at number 2. I mean, there's a debate here. Is this team 10 or 11? The Surge. I would say normally they're, but Koi right now is.
I think Koi is clear cut 11, to be honest with you. So I think Surge is above him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like
these two teams played on
when
LAT
I'm
today, who are you
watching
picking?
Toronto.
Boy,
But that's
Yeah.
beside the point. That's beside
Yeah.
the point.
I-
But this is a power ranking like right now, and Toronto just looks lost on the map.
They do,
Like,
but
they
so
look
does
awful.
Vancouver.
Yeah, but they got lurks.
Okay, they both suck, but one of them
where's
has.
the other Ravens?
Yeah, also Lurch
I'm
is on
sorry.
Ravens.
I meant Lunars. I'm sorry. Too many L's. Too many L team name players.
Okay, but like again, at the end of the day, they both suck, but one team has Joe Deceives and Kleenex.
Yeah, I'd rather have Lunars.
Okay.
Even though I
Compared
just
to
forgot
Abe
his
and
name.
Gwyn.
I mean, they're
Even though I
in
just
D
forgot
tier. They're in
his
D
name.
tier either
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
They're both,
yeah.
they're both in
not
D tier
wrong.
right now. I think let's just throw Koi ahead of them in D tier. At number 10.
Koi.
But I will say, if I'm to look at this list and say who is the best chance at a riser, it's definitely Koi, because that team talent wise does not belong in the D tier. That team talent wise belongs probably in the A tier in terms of just pure raw talent, but it's not translating right now.
Mhm.
Our next team is Boston. I think that.
Ooh.
What do you? I mean, I'm usually a Boston hater. I'm about to give them some praise. I think they're above Falcons and Ravens at C.
I don't hate that.
They're certainly C. They're definitely
It
a
is-
tier above the D teams.
Yeah.
And I think they're certainly above Ravens right now.
They're definitely competitive for the most part, unless it's like
I'd be
top
down to put
teams.
them below Falcons in C, or I think they have to go in 7th or 8th, either right below Falcons or right above them.
I think we put above them. They beat the Falcons this weekend.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right, and then our last team, LAT. I think they're the 4th team, and I think they go.
They're the 6th team.
No shot. Do they go?
Mhm.
I have every reason to hate them, and there's no way they're 6th.
LAT?
There's no way.
They got scrapped, bro.
I know their teamwork's not that great right now, but they looked better in that second match. And again, I have every reason to hate them. And like, again, if these two teams were to meet on LAN right now, there's just simply no way that you're taking G2 to beat them. I don't think so. Maybe they could beat them.
I'm taking OpTic, Paris, G2, Miami, and FaZe over LAT right now.
Are you rage baiting or what?
I'm serious. I think LAT, the way they're playing right now, is the 16th in the league. I think they can move up. They could easily be an AS tier
by
team.
what metric?
But the way they're playing right now,
they're ahead of G2 in Miami in the standings.
They played 2 dog piss teams.
Oh, I mean, sure, but again, they're ahead of those 2 teams in the standings.
But we're talking about power.
We saw improvement.
Playing.
They didn't play 2 great teams. I mean, I just got done saying that. Like, they didn't play 2 great teams this weekend, but they significantly improved from one match to the other with a new player on their team. And again, like, if we're talking, like, all these teams are roughly on the same, like, it's the same argument that we had for Vancouver and Koi. They both suck right now, and they're on the same level, but, like, Joe Deceives and Kleenex are on one team, and TJ Halley and Gwyn are the other team's duo. Like,
hey, you better watch yourself, dude. Those
again,
guys look good.
I look at the sub duo and like the star players on G2. It's Kremp, Estriel, and Mamba against Scrap, Hydra, and Abizi. And then Miami, it's Rencor, Super, and I guess Trakes against Scrap, Hydra, and Abizi. Like, they're all on the same level to me right now. And at the end of the day, like, I'm going for the
but like we're all basing it off of like what they've done in past games, sure. But what they're doing right now, Abizi's 49th in the league in freaking engagements. Like, sure, he's a talented player. I love Abizi. I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. I hate Scrap. But that's beside the point. Like, they're just not playing, like, of course they have the pop-off moments, but they're just not playing great right now. So, like, as far as the power rankings, like, right now, I wouldn't, like, put them below. Right, I put them at 6.
We got Thieves, we got Miami, we got G2. Team pages.
They're not playing great, but they're still winning. What does that tell you?
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yeah.
So,
all right, I concede.
Again, we can let's take the bet right now. Who finishes
the bet
higher in the point standings? LAT, G2, or Minnesota? You can have both, or G2 or Miami. You can have both them, and I'll just take LAT. Like LAT is going to finish ahead of these teams. And again, like we're criticizing the BZ, and he has been playing that well this year. He's still at a 1.04 on the year. Like
It's still good.
he's still at a 1.04, and they're not playing well together. Imagine what he's going to be doing when they're actually like playing together. Like,
but that's my point. Like,
if
I think they'll be fine, and I think LAT will be
onto,
really good moving forward.
If BZ was dropped onto Minnesota right now, he'd have their number 1 KD.
Probably.
I'm looking at it.
Or are you basing it off the stats right now?
It's fact.
Well, either way, like what I'm trying to say is that like I'm not saying LAT won't be good, and I'm not saying that they like I think they will like at the end of the year be like a top 3, top 2 team easily. But like right now, I'm beating a dead horse. Just put them at 4.
Dude, by every metric though, they're better than the other 2 teams right now, and they're not playing at their best. What my argument for it is like I think those 3 teams, Miami, G2, and LAT, are all like the same level right now. I think they're all the same level. So I'm gonna rank them.
Oh, why don't you just lead with that?
I said that. I said I think they're all on the same level.
That was rage bait.
Brad is the biggest rage baiter, bro. I swear.
They're all on the same level, but again, I'm betting on Scrap, BZ, and Hydra. Like,
yeah, that's fair.
If I'm going to put them all on the same level, it's the same thing for the Koi and Vancouver thing. Like, I'll take Kleenex and Joe. You can have Gwyn and Teach. I just don't. I don't know. I think that's a good spot for the power rankings. I think it's also like, I mean, again, if I was going to buy stock based on where they're all at right now, I'm buying stock in Koi because there's no way they don't rise by like the end of the year. There's no way they don't get out of the D tier and rise. Like.
Buying stock on Cloud9.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it can't get any lower probably, so I guess it could. It could get lower. They could look a lot worse than they did. They actually could get a lot lower. All right, I pulled up the pick'ems for this week. I think we talked about it before. I had 29 points. Brad, you said you had 25?
Yeah, 25.
Brock had a 33-point week. Brock, how many matches did you get wrong?
I got 3 matches wrong.
Which ones did we pick? All the matches? Did you get Carolina, Koi wrong on the first day?
Yep.
And you got
the
FaZe and Miami wrong?
Yep.
And then did you get Breach Falcons wrong on the last day?
Yes.
Okay, so we got all the same matches wrong. You just must have been better at map count predicting.
Yeah, I got some of the map counts correct, like the Channel Mates, Falcons, OpTic, G2.
Yeah, so you must have. Yeah. I only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 map counts right. You must have got a lot of map counts right because I got 5 of the 8 matches or 7 matches. 8. Yeah, 5 of the 8 matches I got the correct map count. So you must have gotten a lot of correct map counts.
I think I got 5, 6.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got like a little bit extra over me in terms of just getting the right map counts. You probably got it on the double points ones too.
Yes.
But that makes sense. Because I was gonna say I feel like we picked like all the same matchups. So I was like, I wonder how you had 4 more points than me, but that makes sense. You just got a few more extra map counts. But we all did pretty well overall in predictions. I feel like there weren't a ton of crazy upsets. Kind of the reason. Like the biggest upsets of the weekend are probably like most people picked FaZe over Miami. And then probably the biggest upset would be like the Boston over Falcons. I feel like a lot of people got that one wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But week 2, got a nice slate of matches again. Every team plays everybody, so there's just gonna be some good matches on every single weekend. We kick off with one that I would say is probably not the best: FaZe versus Vancouver. 98.1% of the community is on FaZe, and I agree. I have FaZe in a 3-0 in that one.
Ditto.
Brock.
I also have a FaZe 3-0.
I was gonna say I kind of assumed. Cloud9 versus Riyadh. I think it's another quick one. I think it's a 3-0 for the side of Riyadh over Cloud9. 93.3% of the community on the Falcons. You guys in the same
here.
Also have a 3-0.
3-0.
And I think to end the day, we have another 3-0 for LAT over the Toronto Koi. I think it's a 9-0 map count day.
You know what? I like you guys' picks so far.
That's what I have as well.
You got the same stuff going on.
I think this matchup probably has the most potential to not be a 3-0 of all of them. Just because if Koi decides to turn it on, they have the talent. But again, like they look so bad right now that I don't know if they can win a map. I just don't see Cloud9 getting a map off Falcons, and I doubt Vancouver gets a map off FaZe. I guess maybe like Vancouver, just because they're a competitive enough team, maybe they take one map or something. Or off FaZe.
Yeah.
They barely won any maps this year, so probably not. Day 2, Koi are back. Try to get some maps on the board. If our predictions hold true, they're 0-9 on the split going into this match. I think they get a map on the board. I think they lose 3-1.
That's what I have.
All right. Brad and I are still lockstep.
We're twins.
I differ.
Oh my god.
No,
Brad going 3-0.
I have I've Koi playing, a lot better, and they're going to a game 5, but losing.
So they just have more heartbreak. They think they might win a series and they just lose.
Yep.
Okay, so we're all on the side of G2, all of the same picks. Boston versus LAT. I like the way Boston looked against Falcons. They seem to be, improving a little bit as a team in terms of their team play. I think they make this a really interesting series. I actually think this is going to go game 5. I think Thieves are going to take it, but I think Boston are going to make the series really interesting and take it to a game 5.
Hey, Ryan.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
We all have the same. We have the same so far, man.
Brock, are
You
you
guys like the duo.
No.
I did not. I go the opposite way of you guys. I'm going 3-0 LAT.
Oh, I thought you were about to say you're going Boston.
Oh, I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought he was gonna say.
Carolina Gentlemates 3-0 trend continues for a lot of this weekend. I got Gentlemates 3-0 over Carolina.
We're the same, man. Same brain.
Gosh. The duo just speaking volumes right now.
Like you and him from that one week.
I
you guys picked
also have a
everything the
3-0. That was true. We were going crazy that one week. Gentlemen's 3-0
Okay.
over the BK.
I was like, there's gonna be a lot of good matches this weekend, and we're picking a lot of 3-0s, and I see some more 3-0s coming up.
Yeah.
Next series, the Miami, the Mutineers, the brand has OpTic's number. I don't think they have it again this weekend, though. I think OpTic takes out Miami 3-1.
Ryan, we're perfect through 2 days.
Okay. Oh, God.
Right, you need to change your picks.
I need to change them now.
I have OpTic winning in the game 5. Icing up.
I think all of us have picked every match in terms of the winner the same, though. I think, right? Like, Brock, you picked all the same winners at least.
I think so.
Yeah.
Could change. I feel like this next matchup you could go either way on. Kickoff Sunday, Ravens, Falcons. I actually like the Ravens to win this one in a game 5. I think online they've been a little better. The Falcons could be a bounce back spot for them. I mean, I do think they're obviously going to beat Cloud9 earlier in the weekend, but I don't know. I think Ravens online, Falcons look a little shaky. I think the Ravens will be able to get a win on the board here.
Also, Ravens winning game 5 against the Falcons.
Brad,
Dude, this is getting corny at this point. I also have the Ravens and I'm at 5.
No way.
All right, Brad, you go first this time.
Brad,
Okay,
are we sure
okay.
Brad's not inside your
I have
he's
breach.
vicinity?
I have breach in a 3-1.
Brock?
Oh, I have breached in a 3-0.
Ryan, come on now.
I have breach in a 3-1.
Yeah!
No,
This is so funny.
Dude, we're gonna have the same pick
I'll
for the
go
next one
first.
too. We're gonna have the same pick for the
I'll
next
go
one.
first.
It's C9 versus OpTic.
Cloud9 3-0, double points boost on it.
Okay.
Oh God.
I actually have to put a
OpTic
double points
3-0.
boost on OpTic 3-0 here.
Same. Totally.
Brad, I'm assuming you picked OpTic 3-0 in that matchup.
Yeah.
FaZe versus G2. Again, this is probably one of the more toss-up matches on the weekend. We have a lot of good teams playing a lot of not so good teams this weekend. I didn't really realize. I was like, hey, we're gonna have banger matches, but overall, like, there are a lot of matches this weekend that would be a pretty heavy upset. I think almost every match.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, just go through the days. Surge beating FaZe would be a very big upset. Cloud9 beating Falcons would be a very big upset. Current form Koi would be a very big upset over Thieves. Current form Koi would be an upset over G2. Boston over LAT would be an upset. Ravens over Paris would be a pretty significant upset. Miami over OpTic would be one of the more toss-ups. It would be an upset, but it's not like the other ones that we've listed off. Like Miami beating OpTic it would be definitely an upset, but it wouldn't be like as shocking. Carolina Falcons is kind of a toss-up. Boston should beat Surge. Obviously, OpTic should beat Cloud9. There's not a lot of like matchups of two teams that are right next to each other in your mind, you know? Besides this last one, I feel like FaZe versus G2 is, you know, two top 5 teams right now going at it. Brock, you want to kick us off?
I have a good match going on here, and game 5, and FaZe takes it.
Brad?
God, I want this to be Ryan's pick so bad. I'm like, I have FaZe 3-2.
I do not have that. I have FaZe 3-1. It's funny because I have it as 3-1, but I really want to pick Minnesota here. I just think FaZe are going to figure it out a little bit more. I don't know. This is a weird one because, like, there are very few matches that actually really made me think this weekend. Because I feel like a lot of these matches were pretty straightforward. Like, I'm sure we're going to get some of these wrong because it always happens. Like, there's going to be an upset or two that happen. But, like, I just don't. There aren't a lot of, like, matches where I just really see it going any other way. Like, I think we're starting to settle into, like, here are your best teams. Here are your teams that aren't as good. We're kind of into that point of the year. We're kind of settling into that, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I definitely could see G2 taking this, though. This is one of the least confident matches I would say I picked. Like, G2 could definitely win this match.
I agree.
Brad and I didn't pick every single one the same. Well, Brad, we're basically guaranteed to come out of the weekend with the same points.
Yeah.
Completely depending on if the FaZe map count, if they win, or if G2 wins, then we'll come out. But I did double points boost my OpTic for C9 matchup. And then I'm probably saving my other boost for week 3. Next week on Friday when Paris plays C9. I will double points boost that one then.
I double boosted. Points boosting.
I did double boost points boost the Thieves versus Surge, and I put a 3-1 for some reason. That's a mistake.
Surge. Wait.
Yeah.
For
this last week.
Oh, for the previous week?
Yeah.
Wait, you double points it and you picked 3-1?
Yeah.
So you got it completely right.
You got the yeah.
Wait, no, never mind. I'm like the wrong side. I picked 3-0, but it was 3-1.
But it was 3-1. You still get the double points. You get like 4 instead of 2.
Yeah.
You just don't get the 6.
Yeah.
Because you get 2 points on the predictions. You get 2 points for a correct team pick, and you get a bonus 1 point for correct map count.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a very interesting weekend of matches. I think it has a potential to be a lot of stinker matches, a lot of really good teams playing some not so good teams.
Hopefully, see a bunch of upsets coming our way.
It's also just like an interesting time of year, in my opinion, because there are just a lot of potential teams looking to make changes. Like,
yeah,
I want to see. Like, I feel like we haven't seen enough changes. Like, there are teams that are scared to take a risk or scared to spend some money. Like, I have the standings up on the right. Obviously, Gentlemates, OpTic, FaZe, potentially not making a change. Maybe FaZe could be looking to maybe move off 0-4. You never know. Thieves made a change. G2, they shouldn't be making a change. Miami could for Eric Boom. Falcons, I just don't think they're going to make a change. They're not dropping Celium or Pred. I doubt they're moving Kismet, and they don't seem to ever want to move Exnid. Kind of seems like their guy. So it doesn't seem like a change is being made there. Carolina already made their change. Boston should make a change. Toronto should make a change. Vancouver should make a lot of changes, and Cloud9 can't get anybody to play for their team. That's why we're in such a weird spot as a league. Because, like, how many teams do you guys think any given tournament could realistically win right now?
Maybe 5.
3 or 4.
I think it's 4. I think it's
Mhm.
Gentlemates, OpTic, FaZe, and Thieves. I think every other team,
Yeah.
like, it would take a miracle run. Like, obviously, your next 2 teams are probably like G2 and Miami, but it would take a pretty miracle run for those 2 teams to win. But like FaZe, if I were to tell you, hey, Major 2, Gentlemates, OpTic, FaZe, or Thieves are gonna win, you'd be like, okay, makes sense.
Lock it in.
But if I were to tell you any team from Miami, Riyadh, Minnesota, Carolina, Boston, Toronto, Vancouver, or Cloud9 were to win, you'd be like, what the hell? Like, you'd be surprised at that. That's why I'm saying, like, why does it feel like none of those other teams are going to change besides maybe Boston and Koi? It shouldn't feel like that. If I don't think, if there are 8 teams in the league that I don't think can win, there should be more changes happening. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't love about it. Like, if there are truly 8 teams that I feel like can't win, like, I want to see more changes. Like, let's switch it up. I don't know. I'm excited to watch either way. I like this like format, but also at the same time, online matches become a drag, and they're freaking online matches in this split.
Yeah, there is.
A lot of online matches in this split. All right, boys. You got anything else before we wrap it up?
I guess I have a question, real quick.
So,
So Toronto, obviously they look like dog piss. So, like, do you think it's going to be a 2-man swap of like Insight and Real getting dropped, or do you think it's just a Real, or even do you think it's just Insight? Like what do you think the roster switch would be?
Well, Kips is like the big rumor. He's like potentially signed to their bench already from Huntsmen. I would assume he would be for Real. I think just based on Toronto's history and the way that they're playing, I think that they would get rid of Real before Insight. They obviously have such a long history with Insight. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Right.
I think that they would get rid of Real before Insight. I feel like they're going to give Insight more of a leash because he's been there for so long and they have that relationship with him. You know what I mean? That's kind of my thought. I don't know if it's right or wrong again. I don't know that I agree with it, but I think it's Kips or Real. I think maybe they'll go for that first, 1-man change. Insight Kleenex duo has been together forever. Maybe they give it a chance. They struggle. I think then they maybe make a change for Insight. Who is the change for Insight? I look at a guy like Spart, maybe from Bush, like experience in the league. I don't think they may want a completely new player. I still think Koi was very heavily rumored to have a lot of interest in Kenny. I still think there's a very big possibility that Kenny ends up there as a main AR for Insight. I know people would riot, but I do think Kenny's pace that he brings would help them speed up a little bit. Like, I feel like there's like a disconnect. I feel like Kleenex and Joe want to go, and I feel like Insight wants to just not go. Like, I feel like there's a disconnect there, and like, I think that they could lean into the like bringing a new AR duo, and Kips and Kenny, and just like go. Like, I think we're seeing that like the teams that are fast and play with teamwork are the good teams this year. Like the teams that can really hit the go button, OpTic, Gentlemates, Thieves should be able to. Like, FaZe can hit that go button. Like, I think those teams that can hit the go button are like the teams you're seeing be elite. I think they'll probably, my guess is they try Kips for Real. If that's working, they stick with it. If it's not, they bring in Kenny for Insight, or I don't know, because Kenny was on his stream this weekend saying like, you know, he's kind of thinking about his future, and he's like he likes this game a lot, and like the competitor in him like doesn't want to be done, wants to like he's still competitive, he still wants to play. And I know Toronto had a lot of interest, so I think they maybe pick him up. Otherwise, like I don't know other ARs out there that they would maybe pick up. Like Neum obviously was a top choice in Aluka, but both those guys are signed to teams. I'm not sure who else out there would really be like a big candidate for them. I feel like Kenny and Kips makes the most sense. Don't know who else though. trying to think of like other ARs who have been dropped or like are out there, but I can't think. Arcitys.
Arcitys?
There's no chance. There's also that one kid. I forgot the QKB or QB whatever QK48 whatever his name is. He's a Saudi player.
Yeah. I know you're talking about.
He's
Yeah.
supposed to be a really really good like AR. I thought I heard that maybe English isn't the best yet. Like he's still learning English, so that would obviously be tough in terms of the communication. I could be wrong.
Wait, where's he from?
I believe he's Saudi. I believe. I think people will say that he's like really good though, like really mechanically skilled. I could be wrong, but I don't think he knows English like too well yet. I could be wrong on that, but I thought I saw somebody saying that was an issue for like in terms of comms. Obviously, like it's kind of like when Hydra first came over. Like if he doesn't know English too well yet, that is going to make it harder in game for like the small talk stuff. But I could be wrong on that. Maybe he might be fluent in English. I have no idea. But I thought I heard that he doesn't speak English too well yet. Which
is he on one of those Falcons?
Like
is he on one of those Falcons challengers teams?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I think he's on one that beat Bush.
All right, drop sell.
I doubt they're gonna drop
That's
player they paid a lot of money for.
Yeah.
What is his name, Brock? What is his name actually listed to?
Isn't it
QK4B?
Yeah. I don't know how you would say that.
So yeah,
Would they call him Q-tip?
He's technically listed on the Liquidpedia, like the Call of Duty Liquidpedia. He's listed as on the Riyadh Falcons with Exnid, Kismet, Fred, and Celium with Roxas. Roxas as a sub. I forgot Denz was involved in the organization. It's like the GM. So if you're looking at it like in Black Ops 6, he got first in a Challengers Cup, it looks like. He got second at like a Saudi E-League BO6 championship. He got first through 8th. He qualified for the elite. Like I think he's just been frying overall, like his numbers wise.
Okay.
I think he's just been frying. Like yeah, he's from Saudi. I think he's just been frying. Like I know he's on a lot of people's radar. So I think he would be a potential pickup for an AR player for them too. Like maybe they go like Kips and him. If they didn't want to go like the Kenny route, but I think Kips would be the first choice, and then if they run it, if it doesn't work, I think then they would pick up Kenny for Inside probably. So please. That's my hope at least. I don't know. I think you'd rather have somebody drop into 0.95 and setting pace as opposed to what Insight's giving them right now. But again, I see them being completely reluctant because Insight is just such a story relationship. They've been with Insight forever, and rightfully so. They've had a lot of success with them. Like people love to bash Insight, but like at the end of the day, when can you think of a CDL year where Toronto hasn't been like a pretty solid top 5 team? Basically every year they have been.
Yeah,
they're always like they win an event here and there. Like they've been to 2 champs finals. Like they're always like towards the top. Like they're never really like bad. This is probably the worst Toronto's ever been. Is right now this stretch.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
So I do agree with like a lot of the sentiment of like wanting to drop Insight. At the end of the day, like his track record does speak for itself. Like he's always been on. His teams are always good. Like they're always good, except for right now is the only time. Which basically 7 straight years of being on a really solid team is pretty impressive.
Yep.
All right. That's going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. If you're on the audio platform, drop a follow, drop a 5-star review. We will see you guys next week with reaction to Brad and I's identical picks. And probably make some more new picks, maybe update the power rankings. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.